It's the weekly show about rAVe with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV. Give it up for Steph and Gary. Steph and Gary.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of rAVe TV. I'm Steph Beckett, and today joining me is Emily Dean. Hey Emily, how's it going?
Hey Steph, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
We have a full office
How are
in here
you?
today,
I'm good. How
and
are
they're
you?
like not used to listening to me live, so everyone's kind of laughing, but it's cool. So first things first, how did you think CEDIA Expo went?
I think it went really well. I was impressed with the show floor traffic. It was busier than last year. I don't think that they've released numbers. I don't think you've seen a press release come across your desk with exact numbers yet. I know it's obviously something that they're working on, but I know that you talked to Jason on the last day, and he said that they're projecting to be up, which is what they were kind of projecting leading up to the show. So I know that he was happy with the show. He said that he spoke to a number of attendees and a number of the exhibitors and said that everyone was really pleased with how the show went. We saw a lot of new technologies, a lot of product introductions from manufacturers. And so I know that you and I are going to cover all of that in like an hour. Right?
Yes. So speaking of that, Emily and I are going to be back online. We are going to be showing you the first day of rePLAY CEDIA Expo / Commercial Integrator Expo. So today at 1 p.m. Eastern, Emily and I are reviewing all of our favorite parts of CEDIA Expo. So our coverage is always a lot. I think that's like what people always say to us. Like, y'all always have so many videos. How do I sort through them? How do I pick which ones to watch? Like, easy. We've picked a few of our favorite ones, sorted them into a few categories, and we're going to show you just a curated coverage of everything that's on our site. And then tomorrow, Emily and I are going to be back on to rePLAY Commercial Integrator Expo, which is more resi-mercial, a little more even commercial side of the products that were on the show floor. And fun thing, Jason McGraw is going to join us tomorrow for a little bit. So I think I'm going to hopefully he can give us the full attendance numbers tomorrow when he joins us and tell us a little bit about how it officially went. But I have a feeling it's going to be good news. So yeah, it's going to be exciting. Yeah. So come back and you can scan the QR code to figure out how to register and join us back here for rePLAY CEDIA Expo. It's going to be fun.
I'm excited.
The reason why we are able to do our lovely weekly show all about rAVe is part of the reason we have 3 great sponsors. One of them is rAVe, and rAVe wanted us to share with you some news. They joined the QSys Technology Partner Program, and they released a plug-in for QSys Designer software, and it provides simple direct control of rAVe rAVe cameras and auto tracking functions. So you can visit the website. All you have to do is click support, and you can download the free plugin. So just scan that QR code, and it has all the information right there. So, Emily, some news that took up a lot of our day yesterday was that Barco and Crestron have entered a global patent license agreement, because we spent a lot of the day yesterday trying to figure out, like, okay, like, but why did they do this?
Yeah. What does it mean? We understand that Barco is a market leader in the BYOM space. So understanding that dynamic was, like you said, a part of our day yesterday.
Yes. And so I mean, a lot of this is conjecture. Neither company has fully released the reasons why, but I think a lot of it was that, Barco has kind of, taken over this corner of the market, and you either have to work with them or you're going to have a hard time surviving in the market. So I think with Crestron and coming out with the Air Media, it was, we can work together so that we can both have a big part of the BYOM market. And I think that is what made the most sense for both companies.
Yeah. And I mean, both companies have well-established brands and brand recognition within the industry. So it kind of makes sense for them to work together and utilize this partnership and brand recognition. So we'll see what comes of it. I know that Gary had some thoughts, but I don't want to speak for Gary. I know you don't want to speak for Gary either. I don't want to muddle what he might have said or what he thinks. But I think that it'll be interesting to see what Crestron does with this patent and how they market it, how they're going to utilize it.
Agreed. Fully. So we're kind of just going through a lot of the news that was released over the past week. We had so much news from CEDIA. As usual, people base a lot of their product releases around trade shows, but this one kind of snuck in there. Extron is one that does not usually aim product releases around the trade shows that we go to, because Extron, you know, they're not big at trade shows. They don't go anymore. So this is the Plenum Vault Direct View system, and this is for education. So it is designed to make the most of flat panel displays within these educational spaces. So whether classrooms are used for in-person learning, hybrid learning, remote learning, this basically gives everybody the same user interface, audio, video quality to create that educational experience that's going to look the same no matter like how you're using it. So definitely check it out. Extron is actually very popular in the educational space. And I think this is going to just continue to help make them more popular and stake a claim.
Yeah, this product also helps those for remote learning and assisted listening too.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. This is one that was actually released at CEDIA, I believe. This is Savant's new smart home management tool for homeowners. And this is basically, so it's like a subscription model, and it's designed to expand the Savant user experience beyond most other mobile apps and wall devices, remote controls. So it is kind of a smart home dashboard. Users with admin level permissions, you can have key system information. You can manage user permissions for other people living in the house, filter and view camera recordings, tons of other stuff. So this is just kind of like for if you have so much Savant stuff in your house, this is just basically upgrading everything that you can control in one place.
Yes, Savant had a big presence at CEDIA Expo, one of my more visited booths on the show floor. It was very bright and colorful.
They had so many lights.
They did. They also highlighted their power services and then some of their Alexa integrations as well.
Yeah, it was such a cool booth. So definitely go watch some of Savant's product videos if you can. If you go to ravepubs.com, you'll see two huge banner ads, one for CIX, one for CEDIA Expo. If you click on the CEDIA Expo one, you can filter all of our product videos by brand. So another one of our amazing sponsors and partners is rAVe, and they wanted us to share with you a brand new case study that is on their site. So this is all about Texas University and how Texas University has made a lot of their classes, or at least a good number of them, remote, and how Legrand helped to make that a reality. So check out how they've used fusion carts from Chief, one link bridge system. So it's all Legrand's brands and how it helped make this a reality for this space. So check it out. This is obviously something that a lot of universities are going through, realizing that hybrid or remote classes are at least working part-time for most universities, and how they're upgrading technology to reflect that reality. So.
Yeah, and I was reading a little bit into this case study stuff, and one of the, I think it was the president of CCS Texas, who was quoted in this case study, was saying the solution supported Texas A&M's ability to pivot for the immediate remote requirements, but the technology that was integrated really helped lend itself to the hybrid teaching model. So rather than just a quick fix, they were able to utilize all of the technology and the system design to really kind of key term future-proof the solutions. So I thought that was interesting.
Yes, because I think that early COVID, I think it was a lot of, what a lot of people had to do was just make a quick fix so that people could go remote and do it in 5 minutes because we didn't really have much of a choice. But now that we're realizing that hybrid is going to kind of be here for a while and that's what's working for everyone, we have the option to make more long lasting decisions regarding technology. So I thought that that was also very interesting that they included that in the case study. Well, we've got a couple of big events for the rest of the year. The next E4 experience, it's coming up. It's sneaking up on us. Emily, you're going to be there, right? Yeah.
Yes. Next week in New York area, technically Teaneck, New Jersey, but outside of New York. So a lot of people from the New York area are coming in. We'll be there. I'm excited. Gary will be delivering this keynote, delivering a couple classes. There'll be classes taught by Exertis Almo's Tom Kerr. Melody Craigmile, the VP of Marketing, is going to be moderating a DEI panel, which she's been doing it for the past couple of stops now, and it's been really successful. I know that she's enjoyed it, and it's been really well received, kind of just going on and exploring a little bit deeper of what DEI actually is and how to incorporate that within the AV industry, and making sure that people actually understand what DEI is and all of it and all that it encompasses. There will also be, obviously, as always, the show floor with solutions on display from leading vendors, all of their leading vendor partners. A lot of, if people weren't able to go to InfoComm, those vendors will have some of those new releases that they showed at InfoComm. So I'm excited to be there.
That's awesome. Do you know if any of the classes are CTS approved?
Almost all of them are. So
that's awesome.
I don't know exactly how many credits total, but most of them are at least 0.5, if not, I think Gary's keynote maybe 1.5, but don't quote me. But I know that that's another big thing about the E4 experience is that they're really big on education and getting those RUs for
That's
those.
Awesome. I've thought about going because there's always one, they include it quite a lot. It's the conducting a proper site survey class. And that is part of my CTS study guide. So I've always been like, I wonder if I should just, sneak over there sometime because I wonder if that class will help me on the CTS test. Cause it's like always the full integrator stuff that I had a hard time with. So, cause I've never done a site survey. So like a lot of these people have like real world experience when they're taking the test and I don't have that. Yeah. So I'm sure that like eventually taking some of those classes would help me pass next time.
Yeah. So, and I think I'm pretty sure that Tom Kerr is the one who teaches that class and he used to work at Avixa. So I think that would be a really good resource for you. And I know that he is quite popular and a great instructor as well.
Yeah. So continuing on, CEDIA and CTA's RP22, they've set some new standards for immersive audio and home entertainment. So our whole thing is like AV has no standards, like there's, but here is a standard. So this is immersive audio design recommended practice. This is the very first recommended practice to define an objective set of performance criteria for home audio systems. So it's very big. Everyone at CEDIA is very excited that they have this kind of set standard now. So because I kind of feel like home design is a little bit of a lawless land. I kind of think that a lot of people also agree with me. So having this audio system performance target is a very good thing and can only lead to good things for our industry.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the manufacturers will embrace that as well. I know that there's a line in that story that say it's already been endorsed by some of the audio manufacturers, including like Per Listen Audio, Snap One, Storm Audio, Trinev Audio. So it'll be interesting to see as more of the manufacturers embrace this, how it will affect the industry.
Yes. And these recommendations include everything from speaker layout for immersive audio formats, which is like Dolby Atmos, DTSX, Auto 3D. There's expanded base management guidance. And then there's coverage patterns and seat-to-seat variation targets. So this is all included in this set of recommended guidelines. So definitely check it out. It's always just nice to have like a set something to compare to when you're like setting up someone's home theater. So highly recommend checking it out.
Yeah.
Another big story. So Sony came out with something on, I think, the 7th, and this is 4 new crystal LED displays, and this is the Verona line. So it's a virtual production line, which is very exciting. They are going to continue being at the top of their game for virtual production. I've seen so much that Sony has released in the past like year.
Yeah, we're gonna see even more virtual production, XR stage set technology come out. And Sony's always known for great quality displays. So I'm excited to see this in person and see kind of just, Sony's VR sets at shows are probably
crazy.
one of my favorites. So I'm excited to see kind of just how they up the game with these new LED displays.
Yeah, so one of the big developments for this Verona line was they developed a deep black and anti-reflection surface technology. So this is supposed to give deeper black level expression, but it also reduces the contrast loss, which is caused by like the light from like LED panels kind of getting in the way with the studio lighting equipment. So this is just to kind of make it look very blended and like it's a real place that you're standing on camera, if that makes sense.
Yeah, even with this new technology, there's just so much additional factors to take into consideration that these manufacturers and engineers and R&D departments have to just continue to innovate to take into account for the studio lights and for the reflections off of glasses, even on the actors. So it's interesting to see all of these new technologies come out.
Yes,
I wouldn't have even thought about that, like the reflection from the light, But
yes, and that the screen has to be developed a certain way so that they don't like get in the way of each other.
Yeah.
Crazy. The things we have to think about today. I know. So our final sponsor and partner is Shure. And so we are going to show you a quick little spot all about the STEM wall from Shure's STEM ecosystem. So check this out. So we've already talked about how Emily and I are going to come back on in about 40 minutes now for rePLAY CEDIA Expo. But did you know that we have a lot of other fun events coming up? So we have, obviously our big one is Launch Week 8. That's going to be October 23rd through 26th. Start at 1 p.m. each day. But once again, it is each day filtered out by a type of market: UCC Day, Emerging Tech Day, Digital Signage Day, and Pro AV Day. And we are still gathering, I think, a few panelists, but it's going to be a great week full of like different sessions that we have like taken into account of people emailing us, asking us questions about different things. We've developed this education based off of all of that. So it is sure to be great.
You already have some, like some of the agenda already up, some of the presenters already up on the website.
Exactly. Like one of our sessions that I'm going to moderate is going to be, does everything actually need to be as a service? Just because I've gotten so many stories sent to the PR inbox that are like, this as a service, that as a service, VR as a service, AV as a service, IT as a service. And I'm kind of like, does everything actually need to be a subscription model based? Like, like I get that a lot of people need support for certain things and certain products, but does everything need to be like that? So we're going to explore that and answer this in this panel. So definitely check that out. I think they are all still pending CTS credit. I think, yes. But pending 10 CTSRUs, we will for sure let you guys know once we hear back from the AVIXA accreditation team on that. Another event that we have coming up, this is AI and its use cases for rAVe. This is an event that we are doing with ADI. It's going to be great. We're going to take a look at, everybody's got AI something right now. That is like marketing term of the century. So we're going to take a look into actual AI and actually how we can utilize this kind of new frontier of technology in our industry. So that's going to be September 27th at 2 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to scan that QR code and go ahead and save your seat for all these events, because we're doing them for a reason, because they're good. So yeah, I think that's our show. I think we're ending a little bit. Yes, we're ending a little bit early today because Emily and I have to go and get ready for our next virtual event in just a little bit. So that is our show today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for another Wednesday. We'll see you once again next Wednesday, noon Eastern, in all the places you can watch us on: LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, or ravepubs.com. So we will see you next time.
It's the weekly show about rAVe with the hottest news in the AV industry. It's rAVe TV.